Hello, 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 hello.
It filtered you again.
Damn it. What is this?
Episode what? What are we on? 4? This is 4, right?
Yes, this is episode 4.
Okay, episode 4.
Yes.
Apparently we're leading in with Phenomena pretty hard today.
Yeah, apparently. And I haven't even been watching the Muppets either.
I mean, most adults don't regularly.
I'm offended.
Well, I'm going to let you sit over there and deal with that then. It's not a thing I can do for that.
Oh. All right. So what should we start with?
You started. I don't remember who started last week. That's the problem with recording these like 2 weeks before they come out is you just forget stuff.
That's true.
Let's
notes.
let's start with Let's start with the let's start with a stupid one because I have a stupid one. So you know how I have a balcony on my apartment?
You may have mentioned it once before, but I have never seen this.
Okay. Well, if you didn't, you do now. So I have a balcony, and I live like literally 10 feet from a McDonald's. It's the building next door.
Yeah, I knew about the McDonald's.
Yeah. So since it's spring, I realized the other day that the birds are coming back, which means the crows that steal people's food out of the McDonald's drive-thru are coming back. Which means I could train the crows to steal things for me. And what's even better is that there's like a dedicated bird watching shop in like the shopping plaza that's like 2 blocks from me.
Wait.
So they have all the stuff that I need for that.
Hold on. A bird watching shop.
Yes, it is literally a birding shop.
A shop literally dedicated to watching birds.
Well, maybe not just watching, but birding in general, yes.
Huh. I don't know what to do with that information.
They apparently just came under new ownership by the sign on the window that I saw yesterday.
I like how somebody bothered to buy it.
I like to think that it was more abandoned and then someone just came back and went, yeah. Oh, I'm a new person now. We're under new ownership.
Yeah, probably.
I would like to know how one starts a birding shop.
I mean, I think you have to start by having birds. You know?
Do you, though?
Maybe. I mean, you would think.
I mean, there's a lot of people that like birds without actually, like, owning birds as a pet, aren't there?
Maybe?
I don't know. I mean, I know my mom likes birds, but she doesn't like birds that much.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if you like them enough to open the shop, you probably like them enough to own them.
One would think.
I mean,
I don't know. It's just...
To me, it feels like a prerequisite.
Yeah, it might be. I'll have to go in and talk to the people there because there's no way there's anyone working there except the people who own that shop.
Oh, absolutely not. That's a mom and pop store.
No, nobody goes and works that as a high school summer job.
Yeah, they might bully their kids into working there, maybe. That's assuming they're capable of reproducing.
Especially if it's an Asian family. That definitely happens around here.
Oh, God. So are you going to tell the owners of this establishment about the podcast and make them listen to this?
Maybe. I don't know. If they're the kind of people that are actually good to talk to, like fun to talk to, then I might bring it up.
Yeah. So.
But if they're creeps, I probably won't.
Oh, especially for creeps. I want creeps on our fucking comment list.
Yeah, but I don't want creeps hanging around my apartment that's like 2 blocks away just seeing how the bird training is going.
Okay. So essentially...
if I didn't live so close, I would. But...
Okay, so essentially if we're creepy, we're going to have them listen to it. But we will edit it to sound like you live like a mile away.
Yeah, but how will we know? they could find out before we know. You know,
Maybe.
I don't know. They know, or they will know.
I like to think they already know.
I probably do. I'm probably talking to them right now, and I don't even know it.
Yeah, probably. It's probably me, honestly.
But how much money do you think I could get a week reasonably from crows were
Like,
I to train them?
um, depends. How how many hobos are there?
There's a couple. There's a couple regulars
Okay.
around this neighborhood.
Well, I'm thinking you can probably get from a couple regular hobos, you can probably get about $50 a day.
Jesus Christ, where are you? Where are they getting the $50? I'm talking about crows in the McDonald's drive-through.
Oh no, no, no. You pick on the homeless people. So like when people like
No,
throw
I'm
them
not gonna do
change,
that.
when people throw them
Yeah,
change, the crow just dive bombs it. Just like mine.
yeah, but I don't want pennies from the homeless guy walking down the street that already doesn't have anything.
Ba 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 ba
I
ba.
want,
My
I want
penny.
to, I, I want to, I want to steal $20 bills out of the hand of the jerk that's in the McDonald's drive-through.
Ah.
That's what I want.
I mean, I feel like you can either make. You're not gonna make a lot of cash, but I think
Or I could.
you will get a lot of credit cards.
I don't know, man. I think you could make some. I think you could make a reliable sum of cash off of a drive-through.
Maybe. I mean, either way, you're gonna get a lot of credit cards.
Well, only if I reinforce the idea that credit cards are good for them to steal.
Mm-hmm.
If I give them treats for cash, then they'll be inclined to look for it.
Oh.
That's how the trading works.
Hmm. Mm.
I'm thinking if I could make a solid, somewhere 20 to $40 a week, it would be worth it.
Yeah. How much
So
would the crow cost up front? Like,
that's what I got to do my research on. That's why I got to go in the shop because I
yeah,
need like some kind of maybe not even a feeder. Maybe I could just like put it on in a pan out on my porch.
right.
But I still need like food they would actually want, and then something that they would consider a treat when they
Yeah.
bring me good stuff.
And then we also need to take into the account what is the lifespan of a crow?
Does it matter?
Well, I mean, like, you'll have to replace the crow every now and then, you know?
Oh yeah, but there's more than one. It's not like I'm relying on a single individual of the species to make my money.
Well, still, you'll have to replace them as they die off, though.
Well, yeah, but
So,
maybe it's like a monkey thing. You know how they did the behavior studies of the monkeys when they go for a banana like at the top of the cage, and then something bad happens whenever it happens to the whole group. Like whenever one of them grabs the banana, so they all
yeah.
eventually just learn to beat up anyone who goes for the banana, and that continues for generations after anyone's actually been beat up.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet you could apply the same principle to crows.
maybe. But we still have to figure out how much a crow costs. Like,
Yes, and how much they can actually make.
yeah. Okay. I
So
mean,
more
what you
updates on
could
this
do,
later.
well, what you could do is train it to like dive bomb into the car because I swear everybody has the loose change cup holder.
That's a great way to get shot.
Well, it's a good way for the crow to get shot. They won't know it's you.
Yeah, unless they see me directing the crow from the balcony 20 feet away.
Well, be
That's not the
stealthy.
kind of thing that you can get a crow to passively do, I don't think. I think there has to be some kind of active enticement for that to work.
Maybe, maybe.
I like where your head's at though. That's definitely where we need to be.
Oh yeah,
Remember, we're
oh yeah.
talking non traceable by the IRS income. Anything goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had a thought of something halfway through that discussion and I lost it, and I'm hoping that I come up with it again later.
Yeah, I did too, honestly. Oh,
Yeah.
so speaking of untraceable income,
Yeah.
Yesterday sucked.
Yeah, what were you doing anyways? You were at the
Okay.
Cincinnati Reds stadium, you said?
Oh yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. So, I'm told by the band we're gonna meet there at 9:45. That way we can get through their 11-step parking procedure.
Who needs 11 steps to park?
Well, here's the funny thing, right?
Yeah.
So we go to do step one, and the guy in security's like, "Who are you?" We tell him, we're like, "Hey, we're the band playing." And it's like, "Oh, you should have just gone straight to gate 3." And we're like, "It says go to gate 1." "Yeah, I don't want to." I'm like, "God damn it." So we go to gate 3,
Yeah.
and the guy originally is like playing us to there's like 4 turnstiles. He points us to one of them, and it's like, then he realizes, oh shit, that's the wrong turnstile. So we all have to back up.
Hang on, stop. Your internet it sucks balls right now because you're cutting in and out.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean, I can hear me, so
Well, now I can hear you. Well, of course you can hear you.
yeah. So hey, so we
Okay.
all have,
Anyways, there were 4 turnstiles. That was the last thing
yeah.
I got.
So he directs us to the wrong turnstile.
Okay.
So we then all have to back up, loop back around.
That was beautiful, by the way. We all have to back up.
I'm very talented.
Yes.
But
Hey, whistle.
no.
Oh, no, that's not how that game works. Okay, we'll come back to that. Continue with your story, and we'll explain the whistle game.
Okay. So then he gets us into the right turnstile, or the correct one.
Eventually, right?
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, we all pull forward, dump our cars, like there's 4 cars, 4 SUVs. We dump all the stuff into like I guess the hallway, I guess. And then he's like, okay, now I need you to go park in the garage. And apparently their turnstile gate was down. So we were trying
For the
to get
garage.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to get that to work again, so it takes like another 10 minutes to just get parked.
Do you really need turnstiles for a garage?
No, you don't. It's stupid. Like, God forbid we just park in this, like, area that nobody is using. That
Right.
has enough room for, like, 3 buses.
Maybe they were waiting for the buses. I don't know.
Maybe. So, then, let me think here. What else went wrong here? So we finally get up to the stage,
Oh,
and by this point we're already running like an hour behind schedule. So we have
was it like a whole stadium show, or were there like multiple stages in there?
essentially they had like a small well, actually fairly large covered stage, as they call it, the fan stage. But
Yeah.
what the actual event was, it was called Cincinnati on Tap. So they had like 60.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they had like 60 breweries, so
Yeah.
that was fun.
How long were you there for?
I got there at 9:45, probably left around 6:30.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
So, where was I? So they finished playing, and we're turning out. Also, somehow it decided to be 30 degrees in the middle of fucking April. So we were
I
dying.
mean, it's not unheard of.
No, that is stupid.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't stupid, but
It's
happened
supposed
before.
to be it's supposed to be in the 70s. I will not yield on this.
No, April's too early for the 70s.
No, April's just
That's like
right for the 70s.
that's like May to early June,
No,
and then it starts to heat up.
hell, I think it was 70 in Knoxville today.
Yeah, but that's in Knoxville. That's not in Ohio.
Well, Ohio needs to get with the times.
No, you need to get with the latitude.
Nope. I'm right. They're wrong.
But oddly enough, I'm further north than you, and that day it was like 60, 65 degrees.
Yeah.
So
Fuck you.
that was cool.
Oh, my hands were completely numb
Have you heard of
because
gloves?
um no.
Oh, okay. Well, there's your
Also,
problem.
also my feet were starting to go numb too.
Have you heard of shoes?
Yes, I was wearing shoes.
Apparently not good ones.
Well, in all honesty, everybody's was complaining about that one too.
Yeah, that
Um,
just means nobody dressed appropriately for the weather.
no, I mean, although the band and I have determined that we should all move south.
No.
They say yes.
Well, I mean, if you're going to move south, at least move near a hub airport so I can travel there easily,
Okay.
i.e., Charlotte, Atlanta.
Uh,
St. Louis would work.
Let me think here.
Louisville.
How far are you willing to drive after you land?
Um, Maybe an hour.
Okay. Because I'm kind of leaning towards Charlotte.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
like
you could get away with
maybe,
Charlotte.
yeah, maybe like an hour southeast of Charlotte.
I was just going to say go straight west from there.
No. Southeast. That way you're closer to the beach.
Yeah, but there's also more people that way too.
I mean, I'm sure I can find somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. I'm very talented, okay? I'm
Yeah,
talented.
but it'll be easier to find it if you go closer to the Appalachians. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe, but like I said, I'm talented. And I want to be near the beach.
Okay, well,
I'm
suit yourself.
Yeah, I'm tired of my 10-hour drive to a beach every year. I want it to be more like an hour.
You know, well, really flying doesn't cut down on the time so much for
Yeah,
something like that. But
not really. And also, I hate flying, so. But anyway, so we're unloading, we get everything packed up,
uh-huh.
and we're about to go back down the freight elevator. And then the freight elevator breaks. So we're literally dumping the freight elevator, putting everything onto the passenger elevator, taking that down a little bit at a time. And then when we're loading and dumping the passenger elevator, the door keeps wanting to shut to the point where, like, it'll still just keep trying to shut with you in front of it. You have to, like, hold the door open button.
So basically there were situations where you were standing in the door, like the trash compactor scene in Star Wars, just
Yep.
holding it apart
Exactly.
while it's trying to crush you.
Oh, yeah. That was not fun. I mean, at least I made money, so that's good. Money is good.
It sounds like you should file a complaint with the city office for inspecting elevators, because I think most places have that.
Maybe. I'm wondering if we overloaded the elevator. Like, it's hard to imagine, but we also have
I
four
mean-
SUVs worth of speakers, so.
Yeah, but it's a freight elevator.
Yeah, that's why I'm.
It's made for that.
Yeah. That's why I'm hesitant to say that.
Yeah, I think they just didn't take care of their elevator.
Probably.
The elevators at my work. So I just work in like a rented office building. It's 3 stories tall, and so I don't usually use the elevators, but I went to do it the other day just to like see what it was like, you know. So I did, and that elevator did not feel safe at all. It accelerates you like 0 to 60 on the way up to go 10 feet upstairs to the next floor. So you stop abruptly, and it feels like the whole thing just lurches on its chain or whatever they move up and down on.
Nice.
So I exited the elevator and went, "Yep, never doing that again."
Yeah, I remember while I was working in Nashville, every now and then I'll be working in the Bridgestone Arena, the hockey place,
Yeah.
and we'd have to take stuff up and down the freight elevator.
Yeah.
That thing just sounds like it's just banging on every single wall the whole way up. It's like, we're gonna fucking die. Bang, 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 bang. Clang, clang. I'm like, oh dear Jesus.
Speaking of Star Wars, it reminds me of the elevator scene in Episode 3, where they're trying to get to the Chancellor. Obi-Wan and Anakin are trying to rescue him. And they just cut a hole in the hatch and start hopping around in the shaft while the elevators are all still moving around. Ta-da.
Did you like my song?
I did. So I've been playing the new Lego Star Wars game this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the storyline of the sequel trilogy, episodes 7 through 9, is not getting any better with time.
Do we think it would?
No, it does not. Well, let me rephrase that. Episode 9 is actually not that bad in retrospect. Episode 8 is far worse than I remembered. And episode 7 is mediocre because you have to attach it to to episode 8 for anything to make any kind of sense.
Oh God.
Yeah.
See, I've seen 7, I think, twice.
Yeah.
And both times, like, meh, not great, you know.
Yeah, I saw it twice in theaters, I think.
Why?
Well, because I went like with my family, or with my cousins, and then I went with my my girlfriend at the time. So.
You should never hang out with family. That's a bad idea.
It was the cool part of the family, like the ones that I like, not my nuclear family, you know.
Okay, so not the exploding family.
Does your family explode?
Well, for nuclear, then yes.
Did you pay for the premium package or something?
No, I just didn't pay for the premium package.
Oh, okay, so that's how they get you, huh?
Yep.
Pay up or else.
Exactly. Yeah, I've seen 8 one time when you forced me to watch it.
I didn't force you to do anything.
Oh, you turned it on. You turned it on. And I couldn't go anywhere.
I didn't make you not go anywhere.
Well, it was my house, so I couldn't
but you
really
still could have
go
gone somewhere, and you could have just changed it.
Also, I think I may have been drunk at the time too.
I don't know. I don't even remember what that was.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, let me also remind you
of
this gem. Let me also remind you of this gem. Somehow, Palpatine returned. Direct quote from episode 9. And what's even better is that they verbatim quoted it again in the Lego game, as if to intentionally highlight how stupid that line was.
I wonder how much say Disney had in the Lego Star Wars games.
They didn't have that much say. The Lego, well, at least I don't think they did, because the Legos, the new game, almost, it feels like, intentionally makes fun of the stupid stuff that people blame Disney for. It actively looks for the discontinuities, especially in episode 8 and 9.
Yeah.
It makes jokes on them.
You know, it's crazy. Apparently, now conservatives all hate Disney.
I don't think it's just conservatives.
Well, that's what Facebook
I think it's any. Oh yeah, but Facebook censors conservative stuff anyways without having to say anything about it.
I mean, well, the conservatives I am friends with, I keep seeing them post like, "I'm no longer following Disney. I hate Disney now." I'm like, okay.
Well, they're a little late to the curve. We'll say that much.
Yeah, I think the left
boycotting Disney for years.
Yeah, I think the left has been hating Disney for a long time now.
No, the right has been. The left hasn't. The left loves Disney.
Do they?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, Disney supports the child sexual grooming bill, which is the whole reason this became a big deal. So, I mean, that fits pretty well with the agenda of the left currently.
Is that the thing that we were talking about earlier?
What thing?
The child grooming bill that we were texting over?
Oh, yeah, like days ago. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the Florida one was the catalyst for it, for all these other
Right.
bills that are starting to come up. And Disney
Okay.
came out publicly against the bill too. This
Right.
this was after the governor and several others had explained that no, this is so that we can't talk about any sex, LGBTQ or otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they just said that you can't talk about this one type of intimate relationship. You just can't talk about all of them for whatever age group the bill's for.
Right. I
And
mean,
apparently that was a problem for Disney right when they had a sting of like a hundred child sex ring participants out of their employees.
in all fairness, that the child sex ring is not new. Like we've known about
No,
this for decades.
no, but it was not great timing for Disney to decide they want to make a point about this,
No, probably not.
which they did.
Yeah. Okay.
And then right after Disney said that, Florida went, well, we just remembered that there's a way that we could take away your autonomy over the swamp that your park sits on. Because
God.
Disney does effectively operate as its own nation within a nation, at least for that one
Right.
little piece of Florida. And that was what made Disney really mad. And then I think they said something else that was especially stupid that caused most of the boycotting, or at least tipped people over the edge for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, anyone who's just now waking up to the fact that Disney is garbage as a company they're, like I said, they're behind the curve a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. If you actively support a major corporation, you're probably stupid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, if you actively boycott a major corporation thinking it'll do anything, you might also be stupid.
Well, I mean, if you look at the stocks for Disney, it did something.
I mean, it's a temporary dip.
Well, I mean, a temporary dip is enough to hurt still. It sends a message, even if it doesn't kill. I mean, really, you
I don't
can't
think
kill a
they're.
corporation, quote unquote.
No. I mean, I don't think they're actually going to change any of their business practices. I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I mean, they've already been trying to change like the pricing structure of their parks and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff just because they're losing so much money on it. And this is even before COVID, but COVID just, accelerated the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that wasn't because of like some type of social pressure though. That was essentially people didn't want to come and spend, you know, $7,000 on Star Wars Land.
Yeah, but not just Star Wars Land. I
Well,
mean,
that
like
Star
the whole
Wars
park
Land
was
was
overpriced.
well, Star Wars Land was what really pushed it over the edge because they spent like I think they spent like $3 billion on that thing, and then nobody wanted to go.
Then maybe they should have made better Star Wars movies
Yeah, they should have.
instead of killing the franchise, more or less.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
a Skywalker now. No, you ain't, bitch.
apparently the Obi-Wan series is started dropping.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean,
Can't bring myself to watch it though.
the shows have at least been passable, although the Boba Fett one was off and on. Like it wasn't Palpatine has returned level of stupid.
At least the writing wasn't. Yeah,
No.
I mean, to be not so fair to Boba Fett, they did have to bring in the Mandalorian to prop up the story.
Oh yeah.
So was it really Boba Fett, or was it the Mandalorian season 2.5?
It was the Mandalorian season 2.5.
Yeah, it wasn't its own show. Let's be real about that.
Also, who the hell thought this was going to be a good show?
No one should have.
Boba Fett is a terrible character.
Oh yeah, I mean, his whole gimmick is just that he was hyped for marketing, and then he shows up in the movie for like a minute,
Yeah, like,
and that's it.
I think he has
There
like
was never supposed to be depth to that character.
no, he has like one speaking line.
I know.
He's no good to me dead.
That's really it. Not quite that Palpatine, but yeah.
Well, actually, I think the original voice of it was closer to Palpatine.
No, it was still like the New Zealand accent. I think it's New Zealand accent. I don't really know. I know the
Like,
actor is Pacific Islander,
yeah. Well, it's
at
like
least the one that
the
plays Django.
yeah. Well, the guy who played Django wasn't the original voice actor for it.
Yeah, I know, but I think they still, or at least I don't know if they edited it in later. They probably did, but
Well, what they did was after episode 2, they released
yeah.
like they re-released the movies.
Well, yeah, they put in all the edits in the old ones.
Yeah. And that was part of it was they had the guy who played Django voice over that particular line.
Oh, okay.
So that's why in the newer DVDs it sounds like Jango Fett because it is.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that reminds me too. So something that the Lego game totally glossed over, which I was waiting for a joke on, um, was they ignored the whole part in episode 2 where Anakin goes to Naboo with Padme and they have like their love affair.
yeah,
They completely ignore that, like it doesn't even happen. And I was waiting so long for the sand joke, and I was upset.
you have to include the sand joke.
You have to include the sand joke. That's classic prequel
Yeah.
Star Wars. You can't go without it.
And not just the men, but the women and the children too.
No, they got that one. They did get that
Okay.
one.
Okay. Good, 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 good.
Oh, episode 2, Anakin. Never change.
What? Okay, so here's the thing. What were. So, what are the top 3 worst Star Wars movies?
Well, episode 8 is number 1. Worst, hands
Yeah.
down.
I can
No
agree.
question.
It was worse than 2, and 2 was pretty bad.
2's not that bad. It's just the dialogue is weird.
I know, the dialogue just fucks it so
Like,
bad.
there's not really any giant problems with the story in episode 2. It's just they
Yeah.
made him say weird stuff that doesn't make sense.
I
like
hate
the sand.
sand. It's coarse.
And it gets everywhere. And now I'm gonna surf on this alien cow thing and fake my death so she'll like me. Which happens immediately after the sand joke, mind you. So it's not like he's on a roll of good things done here.
I still like how that worked.
How what worked the surfing thing?
Yeah. All right.
Are you gonna elaborate?
Well, I mean, he acts like a child, and then she has a baby. Like, I don't think there needs an elaboration.
All right, it's not like there's a couple years between those two events. It's not like it happens immediately.
I mean, the original fun time happens immediately. Like, it's implied that they have sex on Naboo.
It's implied, but it doesn't come to anything. Really?
Come to yeah.
Why? Why do you exist?
Mostly to make you miserable.
Okay, well, so be it. Anyways, so we have our worst Star Wars movie, Episode 8,
Right.
which that's the worst part about that being the worst is there's not even a single really bad quotable moment from that movie. It's just disconnected and it doesn't make any sense with anything either the one before or the one after does.
I mean, the memes from it are all right, but that's about it.
What memes? I can't even name a meme from Episode 8.
Luke tossing the lightsaber. That's one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like the only one, though, isn't it? I honestly can't remember any memes except that one now that you mention it. But
Yeah, that was definitely one. I feel like the Porgs were a meme.
I don't think the Porgs were a meme. I think people just thought they were cute.
Or
It
terrible.
was or terrible. It was just a Baby Yoda thing before Baby Yoda was a thing.
Right. Let me think
Um,
here.
I think honestly, I don't know if you can say that any of the first 6 movies are worse than the last 3.
Yeah.
I mean, episode 7 you could make a case for just because, well, it's the first one, so is it really that one's fault that the whole trilogy turned out that bad?
I mean, episode 7 by itself is just a meh movie. It's not like a terrible movie. It's just meh.
Yeah, the problem is everything that came afterwards and how it didn't connect with episode 7.
Yeah. You know, maybe that's why you don't change directors in the middle of your trilogy twice.
Right. Yeah. Well, they switched back to J.J. Abrams, I think, for episode 9, which was probably a good choice in retrospect. But
Well, I
yeah,
think
they were originally going to have a different director for each movie.
Yeah.
And then
That's what I
Ryan
was about to
Johnson
say.
Ryan Johnson just totally screwed the pooch with episode 8. So they quick reacted and just went conservative again with episode 9.
Yep. And was it good?
It was better than it probably would have been otherwise.
I mean, look, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the Space Horses.
Oh God, the space horses. Why? Why did there need to be space horses?
Because God hates you.
Why did there need to be space horses on a sea planet? That doesn't even make sense.
Nope. It don't.
And what's better is that they transported the space horses to Sith World so they could ride the space horses on Star Destroyers on the Sith World. With explosives strapped to their back, no less, in the middle of a war zone. Don't know who thought that one was a good idea, but okay.
See, what they should have done was for episode 9.
So many problems with that.
For episode 9, they should have brought George Lucas in and just be like, okay, what can you do?
Is there really any saving it after the hard pivot of episode 8 away from everything that episode 7 tried to do?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
No, there's not.
I mean, you've already killed off Han, you've already killed off Luke. Did they kill off Leia? I think they killed off Leia.
No, she dies in the beginning of 9. But
Okay.
she's as good as she doesn't really do anything in 8.
Yeah. Well, except randomly use the Force. Which
Yeah,
has,
but there's no significance whatsoever of the story for that. It's just like she did it because she's a Skywalker, and that's it.
it's not explained very well, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, you wouldn't know that unless you had known other stuff about the universe, really.
Look,
And then in episode 9, they say that she trained Rey, which to anyone who doesn't know anything about Star Wars Legends goes, yeah, exactly that reaction. They go, what? But in even in Disney canon Star Wars, in the New Republic era, Luke did train Leia to become a Jedi, at least for a little while, but Leia gave it up voluntarily.
See, here's
But
the
none
problem.
of that's explained. You have to read books for that, and most people will not read books for that information.
Most people cannot read.
You know what? Fair.
It's hard,
Remember, Craig can't read. Be nice to him, or don't.
Bully Craig. If you know a guy named Craig, bully him. Bully him hard.
Mostly based upon the fact that he can't read. Apparently,
Exactly. So
he can count. He can count, just not read.
True. So should we do a hard turn into some other topic?
No, absolutely not. Somehow, Palpatine returned. I still can't believe that they thought that line worked there. They had, like, a character delivered a deadpan. Like, come on, guys. could we at least try to like, this is a movie. You could like show something, even just like a vague foreshadowing is better than, and I quote, somehow Palpatine returned.
I would, I would
Makes me
pay
sad.
money. I would pay money to be the guy who gets to say that on camera.
I mean, I bet that guy was shitting himself when he read it on the script the first time.
And action.
So,
Somehow, Palpatine returned.
they had to have gone like through like 30 takes of that where the guy was just laughing his ass off because he couldn't handle it.
That
Like the actors have to know how badly written the movie is, right?
Yeah, that's actually the entire blooper reel. It's just like 30 minutes of that.
It's just I don't even remember what his name is, but yeah, it's just 30 minutes of that guy laughing at that line. um oh, the other really stupid thing about the sequel trilogy. Kylo Ren is the worst main antagonist ever of all time.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he's not good. He's just angsty, even though he's like 30. Or at least
Yeah.
it feels like he's like 30.
That doesn't really, the angstiness doesn't really work unless it's like a teenager.
Yeah, and also, who in the hell made you what, second or third in command? I guess by episode 7, of an entire paramilitary organization, if you even want to call it that, counter government, whatever the First Order is considered.
Yeah.
Who made you second in command when you still throw temper tantrums at the guy who didn't lock the door?
See, that's even less believable than Ahsoka being like a general in the Clone Wars.
Well, to be fair, she wasn't ever a general. She was just a
Oh,
commander,
commander,
technically,
never mind.
because she was never not a Padawan.
Right. Well, she was not
Um,
a Padawan when she left the Order.
oh, right, but she was never a knight either.
Yeah.
But
Well,
so not a general. But
she's
yes,
too cool
you're
for
right. You're
that.
right. Who puts a 13-year-old in command of an entire battalion of clone troopers at the outbreak of a war?
Yoda.
I feel like that one-word answer would answer a lot of questions in Star Wars. Why didn't anybody see the Sith? Yoda. And you wouldn't be wrong in saying that.
No, no,
There's a
no.
quote somewhere. There's a quote that I think Count Dooku says at some point from one of the books that is it hits the nail on the head. That says it's something to the effect of "No one can be in power for that long and still know what the fuck they're doing." I'm obviously not spoken in those exact words because Count Dooku is a much more eloquent speaker than I am. But
And Disney
he's
doesn't like
right
swear words.
in that.
Remember, Mickey will threaten your life, but he will not drop an F-bomb.
Unless he's in a dark back room.
He may drop a hard R-N word, but he will
An
not drop
R-N
enough.
word?
A hard R.
Yes, I heard
N-word.
hard R-N word.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
How do you not? Oh my god, you're dumb.
What hard R-N? I don't know.
Well, there's one way to say the N-word that, according to some people, is less offensive. But we're talking about black people.
Oh, that's what you meant?
Yeah, you dumb.
Better believe Mickey will sling those around.
Oh, he will. In blackface.
You know, it's kind of funny that in retrospect, you know that Mickey's face is not completely black. So with the older cartoons where his face is completely black, it begs the question, was Mickey in blackface?
He may have been.
Yeah, I don't think we have a definitive no for that one.
I would say that would be the title of the episode, but I don't want to get killed.
I don't think you'll get killed for accusing Mickey of being racist. I really
I'm
don't.
sorry.
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like that's pretty.
No, you'll get suicided.
No, that's the Clintons.
Where do you think they learned the art from?
No, I think the Clintons originated that one.
Oh, I think Mickey's more powerful. Yeah.
Mickey might be more powerful, but I think for that same reason, Mickey doesn't go around suiciding every other person he dislikes.
Well, not anymore.
Unlike the Clintons, who are still actively doing that, mind you.
I mean, personally, I think Mickey taught them how to do it.
No, I think Mickey has more refined tastes than that.
See, here's my theory. Mickey is the Sith Lord. The Clintons are the apprentice.
No, the Clintons are like Darth Maul. The Clintons were meant to be an assassin and then thrown away when they weren't useful anymore.
Ah. Well, who's the
Which
apprentice?
is why it's a good question actually. It's not the Clintons though. It's definitely not.
Kardashians?
No, no. Kardashians are like Jar Jar, or like the Gungan tribe in on Naboo. Me so wanna take the bongo through the core.
Pizza.
Oh, the Lego Star Wars game nails the Gungans being stupid in their comments though.
Well, that's good.
We still never decided what the other two worst Star Wars movies are.
Ah. I
We
mean,
decided eight was definitely the first worst, but
yeah. Number 9 has to be on there.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I
is
mean, I
se-
guess it has to be 8, 9, 7 then.
yeah, is 7 worse than 1 or 2?
Well, actually, let's look at it. Yeah, because I don't know that 7 is worse than 1 or 2. Because it's the first of the trilogy, you can kind of give it the benefit of the doubt of, well, by this self, this was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were saying earlier. I don't think it's better than episode 1. Because episode 1 actually, I think, has a pretty good story, except for the stupid midi-chlorian thing and the Gungans.
Yeah. It really is just like a few lines.
Yeah, it's not like there's any seriously wrong thing with the movie. There's just, it's the little bits that are wrong are very memeable.
And it has pod racing.
And yes, now that's pod racing.
Yippee!
I don't know. Do you think 7 is worse than 2 or better than 2?
I don't know, man. It's like 7 to me is like it's like the definition of a 5.
Yeah.
Like if it's on and I have nothing else to do,
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
I'll watch it while playing with my phone.
Yeah. I
2,
don't know. I think 7 is worse than 2.
I think 2 might be a worse movie, but it's more watchable.
Yeah, it's more entertaining.
Yeah,
I think.
It's kind of one of those where it's so stupid that it's actually kind of good.
Yeah. I don't like a lot of the Finn and Ray duo thing that they were doing in episode 7.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't feel right. Even if you take into account what the other 2 episodes do, 8 and 9 that is.
Which I don't because I wouldn't watch
Well,
those.
right. It just feels like it's shoehorned in. Like the dialogue doesn't make sense, and they're overly enthusiastic about stuff that they shouldn't be, and I don't like it. It's a weird dynamic.
Buddy has energy today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's like sniffing me. He's like, I think he wants my food.
Is that really energy, or is that just being a dog?
I mean, it's dog energy.
Okay.
It's more energy than what he was doing previously.
And what was he doing previously?
Oh, he was asleep.
Oh, okay.
He was passed the fuck out. He was like, me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. That's my snoring noise.
Yeah, I got that. Um, yeah, one other thing about Star Wars before we completely depart from that. Um,
Yes.
how long until Disney lets the sequel trilogy be just like Saturday afternoon TV, the way that the other 6 movies already are, and have been for like decades at this point?
I mean, that's assuming they don't try and bury him. You know?
Yeah,
Wouldn't be
yeah,
the first time they've buried a movie.
it wouldn't be. But I feel like the franchise is just so high profile that you'd
Yeah,
have
but
a hard time doing it.
maybe.
Oh, I mean, no, they might do that because do you remember a while ago I told you about there was a quote from Dave Filoni, um, the savior of Star Wars at this point, with the
Right.
Mandalorian, that
And,
they
and
because they
Clone
were talking
Wars.
about, yeah, and Clone Wars,
And Rebels.
um, and Rebels, again, savior of Star Wars. Um,
And an
that
awesome cowboy hat.
does he wear a cowboy hat a lot? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Have you seen a picture of it? He's rocking like a fucking prime Stetson. It's fucking amazing.
Ah, straight off of Skywalker Ranch, huh?
Yep.
Uh, but there's a quote from him from a few months ago because they were talking about what they were doing with the Ahsoka movie, and he more or less said, "Yeah, we're going to ignore everything that happens in the sequels for this." So we're either about to get alternate timelines for Star Wars with Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, um, or Disney is like actually going to decanonize those 3 movies just because they don't make sense with anything else in the expanded universe whatsoever.
Yeah. So is it going to be a movie or a show?
Well, Ahsoka's going to be a show.
Okay. Okay. You
Yeah.
said movie. I was confused.
Oh, did I? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot in the Obi-Wan show they could do to decanonize the sequel trilogy. Just because it happens between the prequels and the original.
Yeah, it happens on Tatooine. Probably.
God, could we have a Star Wars thing that's not set on Tatooine just for once?
No.
I'm sick of it, man. Anakin doesn't even like the sand. Why do I have to?
What would you say about its course and gets everywhere?
I would. Did you see how the crate dragon exploded? That sand is never leaving any of the crevices that it has gotten into.
Oh, I figured out who the apprentice is.
What apprentice? What are you talking about?
I'm Mickey's apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
The goddamn chickens.
Yeah, tell me about the chickens. You've been awfully cryptic about that this week. It's
So-
kind of worrying.
So here's the thing, right? So
Yeah.
last week, like, I was going to bring this up in the last episode.
Uh-huh.
So I get into my car one morning, back out, start driving, and I see a fucking chicken in the middle of the goddamn street.
Did you hit it?
No. He's a big chicken, too.
Well, yeah. I mean, chickens aren't that small in general.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, who the hell has chickens, and how the hell did it escape?
Was it just a rooster hanging out in the middle of the road? Or was
Yeah.
it a hen?
It was a white one.
Thank you. Roosters and hens can both be white, Nick. In case you didn't know.
Well, I don't know my species of chicken.
Did it have? That's not even species of chicken. Come on, man.
Well, I'm not a chicken sucker, okay?
Did it have? You don't have to be. They look totally different.
I don't know these
Did it have
things.
Did it have a gobbler thing like a turkey?
It looked like it did, yeah.
Okay, it was a rooster then.
Okay. Yeah, like this rooster was just cock walking across the road for no damn reason. I'm like, how the hell did you escape? And so I get home and I just don't think anything of it. So a week passes by. Then Tuesday,
Yeah.
I'm coming home. I pull into my street and I just see this same damn rooster and then a chicken still outside, just like hanging out in that yard, just free roaming. I'm like, okay, these chickens are up to something. I don't know what it is.
It's like the chickens in Chicken Run.
Yeah,
The farmer, those chickens are up to something.
they are.
You remind me of that guy.
I mean, look. Chickens are supposed to be in a coop, and they're not supposed to wander around the road.
You were literally quoting the guy from Chicken Run. Chickens are chickens.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie.
You need to watch that movie. It's phenomenal.
Ah.
I want to watch Chicken Run again. Damn, that's been a while. Are you there? I think
Yeah.
Discord censored. I think Discord was censoring you, whatever you were doing.
I knocked over a cup, so I was picking that up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, didn't like the noise, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a quality early 2000s, I think, claymation movie.
Oh, claymation.
Yeah,
So,
it's
so
like Wallace and Gromit style.
Oh,
Yeah,
I feel like I
look it up.
remember.
You'll get it. You've definitely seen clips from it at least before.
Probably. I mean, I've watched a lot of Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, I have too. Cheese, Gromit.
It's made of cheese, Gromit.
Do you remember the Wallace and Gromit, where the evil penguin is a jewel thief?
Oh yeah.
Wallace just takes it in, not realizing it, and tries to kill Gromit with its mates.
Yep. Oh, good
we
times.
need more shows like Wallace and Gromit around. We could watch that for days.
Yeah. We also need like classic Muppets too. Not Disneyfied Muppets, but like classic
Yeah, no,
Muppets.
definitely not Disney Muppets. I never even really watched like classic Muppets as a kid. It just wasn't my thing.
Honestly, like the original Muppet movies are fun.
Yeah.
Mostly because they're like bad off the walls. It's just funny. At one point, they decide to make Amel the size of a house.
Wasn't there one where the Muppets like went to a junk world or something? I feel like I don't know if that was the Muppets or if that was Sesame Street. I don't remember. No, that was the Muppets. There was like some kind of trash monster that they had to bargain with. I don't remember a lot about it. I just know it existed.
I'm sure. Here's what we'll do. Next time
Yeah.
you come over, we'll binge watch like every single Muppet movie.
Oh, can we not? I feel like there's better ways to spend the time.
Okay, fine.
we can
Be
like
that
look them
way.
up on Google or something.
Fuck stick.
Let me rephrase that. If we get drunk, then we can do that.
Challenge accepted.
Okay. Do you actually have all the Muppet movies, or do we have to like go find them?
They're all on Disney.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Disney owned that.
Yeah, they've bought the Muppets like 2 different times. So
What did they escape?
they bought them the first time from the Hittens.
they escaped the legal ownership titles.
Yep. So they sold them originally, but they couldn't do anything with them because they didn't know what to do with them. So they sold them. So they sold it back for less money
Okay.
to the, and then the Hittens sold it
Hensons, yeah.
back for even more, and they still don't know what the hell to do with them.
Disney's stupid, man.
Essentially, right now, what the Muppets are is essentially what they are is characters to use on advertisements.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Didn't Disney made one Muppet movie though, didn't they?
I think
It was the one. It was the one with like the orange character that was like the new Muppet.
Yeah, they
It
made.
was like 5 years ago, wasn't it?
I think they've made two,
Okay.
but yes, I can't remember his name. I think that movie had Dave Grohl in it for a little bit too.
I don't know.
I saw it in theaters.
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised about that, actually.
Yeah, Dave Grohl and Animal had a drum off.
Yeah.
That was great. It really is funny to watch celebrities interact with Muppets.
I feel like it would be the same thing with like when they act with puppets in sci-fi movies, where like they don't really know who they're talking to or what to look at when they're or not puppets, but like with green screen in sci-fi movies.
It's probably similar, although the puppets actually do exist.
Yeah,
So
I guess so. I don't know. I feel like you would just be weird about talking to a puppet when you can see the guy who's doing it like underneath the set.
yeah, I feel like I could do it. I could do it.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't.
Oh, so you want to know what the latest TikTok viral video is?
Sure.
So this had to be staged, but here's the premise. This group of people decided to break into O.J. Simpson's house at like 2 a.m.
Like a group of TikTokers
Yeah,
broke into a should have been convicted murderer's house.
allegedly, yes. And one of the chicks just so happened to look like the alleged murder victim.
Oh no.
They
Do you think
decided
he saw ghosts?
they decided to wake him up at like 2 a.m.
Does this?
TikTok, man.
Yeah.
This might
They must have been living in a TikTok house.
had to have been. Like,
Yeah.
there is no way this was staged because there's no way he doesn't sleep with like a knife under his pillow, right?
Oh yeah, that man is absolutely armed at all times.
Has to be, allegedly.
Allegedly. Has to be allegedly. Just bleep it in after every statement.
Yes, exactly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
See, I think the next viral TikTok video will be he decides to prank them by stabbing them. Allegedly.
No, I think it'll be Kanye West doing something stupid. He's like gone off the deep end, dude.
Yeah, I know that people are starting to turn on him again.
Yeah, well,
What did he
well,
do this time?
what he did this time, it's been over the last few months, but Kim Kardashian divorced him, I think. And she started,
Oh
but
no.
she started dating Pete Davidson of all people.
Who the fuck
Before
is
that even happened. He's the celebrity that looks like a Make-A-Wish kid.
And
He looks like he shouldn't be. He's a celebrity that looks like he shouldn't be a celebrity.
ah,
That's what, like, he looks like he won the Make-A-Wish kid contest. And he's about to like die or something.
wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
not a
funny.
great look. But yeah. So Kanye, needless to say, doesn't like Pete Davidson at all, and is, I think he's like on the edge of being served paperwork for like restraining orders and court proceedings and shit,
Yeah.
for harassing them so much. I kind of want to take his side though,
Yeah.
because he's got kids with Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah, Northwest.
Yeah, well, it's more than just that one, I think. But yeah,
Well, that was the popular one because of the
Right.
name.
yeah. And I don't think there's any legal decision on custody for that. At least not that I'm aware of. Not that I really keep up with the Kardashians.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's the name of the show.
Yeah. My thought is that can they really do anything about keeping him away from them if she doesn't have if there's not like a restrictive custody agreement where he can't see the kids, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they could always do that as well, you know.
Oh, they could, but there's no guarantee they'd get it.
I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it's likely.
It also depends what state you file in,
Yeah.
which I don't know what state they live in. I assume it's California just because most stupid people live there. But
It's either California or New York, I'm sure.
yeah.
You know, I think the last sighting I saw of him was he attended the Super Bowl with Antonio the Clown Brown.
Oh God.
Yeah, apparently
Two
they were
peas in a
hanging out.
pod there. Yeah. Oh, the clown.
So the name redacteds are in the news again.
What did they do this time? It's like it's not
Um,
even funny anymore. It's just sad.
so here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
This is what the rumor is that they have been withholding how much money they actually bring in. So they've been lowballing what their revenue is to the NFL.
Are you surprised they're a DC-based sports team?
Well, here's the thing: if they can even prove that a little bit, then their owner is probably going to be forced out of the NFL. Mostly because they don't care if you cheat the IRS out of millions of dollars. But you do not cheat the billionaires of the NFL out of their money.
Oh yeah.
Well, the NFL, like most sports leagues, it's a revenue sharing league.
Right.
So that way your worst teams don't just fold, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I burped again.
You were a majestic stallion. A space stallion.
That was my space stallion noise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, however, if he was, here's the real question: is if they were lying about what they were making to the NFL, there is no way in hell they weren't lying to the IRS unless they had like three different sets of books. It's like
So
one
basically, they're going to get them on de facto tax evasion if the NFL decides that they've been cheated out of money.
probably.
That's kind of funny, actually.
I want to know how many sets of books they have.
Maybe they should stop focusing on rebranding themselves with a bad brand.
The Commanders.
The Commanders. That's
Fuck
so
off.
stupid. They will forever and always be the name Redacteds. They brought that on themselves.
Oh, shit. What did I do there? Oh, okay. We're good.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm playing with my notes.
Oh,
I'm like,
I don't know. I think it's probably about time to call it there. We're a
Well-
little over an hour at this point, right?
hour 10,
Yeah.
maybe? I was just seeing what I had on here and was just like crossing
okay.
stuff off, and apparently I accidentally pressed something that did something funky. Oh,
Yeah. What?
we do still need to do one more thing.
What do we? Oh, we got to name the episode, don't we?
We do.
Okay.
That way, when I go to post this,
Yeah, we have a name for it.
yeah, I just listened to like the last 2 minutes and figure it out.
Yeah, we still don't know what the name for last week's is. I don't think, unless you decided before we
I
started
did.
this.
I did.
Okay.
Well, it's already like queued up to go live at 6 a.m. on Monday.
Okay. Cool.
I titled it "Is Nick Good at Video Games?" Question mark.
I guess we'll see.
We shall.
But yeah, we got to name this. Well, we talked about Star Wars for a pretty big chunk. So maybe something to do with that.
Oh, I already know what I'm naming it.
Somehow,
Palpatine returned.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's.
I wonder if Disney could sue for copyright for using a direct quote from their script. Not that they would, because fuck, we're not making any money off of this.
I don't think they could.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's just a name, essentially. Yes, a direct line, but it's one line out of a 2.5 hour movie, you know?
Yeah, but it's the single most remembered line out of that movie.
Okay, how about this? Somehow, Nick and Abe returned.
No, that's lame. It's not the same.
Somehow,
episode 9 flopped.
That might be good. Should I go off it?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Ooh, let's do it.
Jeez.
All right. So, to our audience, like, comment, and subscribe.
The YouTube stuff.
Yes. And until next time, boy.
See ya.
Oh, you didn't do it right.
What was I supposed to do?
You're supposed to say boy.